This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. On the news this afternoon, Rivers State House of Assembly set to hold public hearing on controversial bill. Rivers NUJ to organize governorship debate. Collection of PVC begins nationwide. Family of late social media influencer Emil the blog awaits autopsy result. On the foreign scene, Iran carries out second execution over protest. I am Kalada Koribatibo. Good afternoon. We begin the major news this Monday afternoon, 12th December 2022, from the Rivers State House of Assembly, where the public hearing on the Rivers State Advertisement Use of State-Owned Property Prohibition Bill 2022 is scheduled to hold today. Relevant stakeholders are expected to be at the hearing to make their views on before its passage into law. The bill being sponsored by the lawmaker representing Old Bakpo Constituency 1, Martin Amuli. The bill, if passed into law, will prohibit outdoor advertisements, particularly posting of bills, posters, and other materials, and use of state-owned institutions for public or political campaigns. A person or political party who wants to use public schools for political campaigns will pay a security fee of 5 million naira, including obtaining permission weeks before the event. Any person who intends to use residential areas for other purposes are also expected to obtain permission from the Council for Urban Development. Meanwhile, the Rivers State Governor Yeson Wike advised those complaining about Executive Orders 21 and 22 to approach the courts. Governor Wike spoke during a special dedication service for PD campaign rallies in Rivers State at St. Paul's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt.
The federal government has come up with so many executive orders. We kill anybody, but we court to challenge such orders. If there's anything any government has done which you feel you're not comfortable with, you have to go to court, challenge it, test it, not just coming out and begin to shout, oh, they don't want you to campaign. Why would anybody not like you to campaign? Take for example, St. Paul's, then you go there, you damage the school party, then you go. I said no. So if you know you cannot pay that money, just continue campaigning through the radios and the television. But to say you will not obey and say the lie, you will obey.
The governor also defended the lawsuits instituted by the PDP against other political parties in the state. He said his administration will not hand over power to unserious people.
Some people have cried that PDP took them to court. I've never seen this type of politicians. Going to court is part of the electoral process. So all of you who are crying that they took you to court, you are amateur. When I know that you have made mistakes not to run an election, I should leave you. All you are saying, INEC, look, comply with the laws. You made us to comply with the laws. Why are these people not complying with the laws? Why should they allow us to go to the process we went through? I did not allow the to pass through that process. If the matter will end at the highest court, if you are not prepared, be prepared. We will make you to sweat a bit. Before you finish sweating, we have won.
Governor Wike also said those agitating against Muslim ticket should also kick against returning power to the north in 2023.
I want to plead with the church to be careful of being used to play politics. Yes, I believe all of us should participate in the politics of this country to determine who governs us. But let the church not be allowed to be used as if we are fighting a religious war. You say Nigeria is not right for Muslim tickets. But Nigeria is right for president to remain in one zone. I mean, just look at the insult. You blow hot and cold. If you know, yes, that is wrong. That's why Nigeria also say it is wrong for president to remain in one zone.
Meanwhile, PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar says he has met with Governor Wike 5 times to resolve the lingering crisis within the party without any way forward. The PDP presidential candidate spoke during a live program on Channels Television last night. He said he has met Governor Wike twice in Port Harcourt, twice in Abuja, and once in London personally. Mr. Abubakar said it is not on his part to resolve the issues, but on the other side, adding that he is waiting for Governor Wike.
I have met Wike 2 times in Port Harcourt, 2 times in Abuja, 1 time in London, personally. It's not on my part. We have been able to put before you Nigerians a very experienced team, a very competent team, a very patriotic team to help pilot the affairs of this country. As we have all agreed, Nigeria is facing very, very serious challenges, and it requires a team, or rather a teamwork of dedicated, experienced Nigerians.
The spokesperson for Atiku Okowa Campaign Council, Mr. Daniel Bwala, says the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, has offered all that he can to resolve issues with the 5 aggrieved governors of the party. Mr. Bwala made the comment during a Channels TV interview today. Mr. Bwala said though the party has moved on, it is still open to working with the governors.
He has offered all that he can. He has done all that he can. Like you told you, he met him in Port Harcourt. So that means he traveled there twice. He met him in Abuja. That means he moved from wherever location is to where Wike is. And then the third one, he met him in London. And by the way, he was in France. When there was need for them to meet, he flew to London to meet with him. No, we don't know what else is the demand other than we're pleading with them to come on board. You can see we're already moving. We're due to win, brother. We are going to win this election. We've already moved, actually. We already moved, but not without them.
In the meantime, Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal has begun reconciliation talks with the G5, starting with a visit to his Benue State counterpart Samuel Otom, whom he believes can help the party reach out to the G5, made up of 5 aggrieved governors including Otom. Governor Tambuwal, who is also the Director General of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council, admitted that the politicians will always disagree, but said the need to seek reconciliation and mend fences most times help rebuild the ranks of members for a stronger purpose. Staying with politics, the SDP governorship candidate in Rivers State, Senator Magnus Abbey, has assured Rivers people that he will not sponsor violence before, during and after the 2023 elections. Senator Abbey said this while speaking as a special guest at the annual convention of the Apostolic Church of Nigeria Maritime Territory in Bodo City, Gokana local government area of the state. Senator Abbey assured the people of the area that he intends to run a government that will cater for the prosperity of all citizens, irrespective of their creed, religion, or beliefs, in a peaceful and just society. He also called on the church to continue to pray for a peaceful election in 2023.
A member of any cause. I will not give to anybody's child what I am not giving to my own children. I will not send anybody's child to go and do what I cannot send my own children. I am making that promise before the church of God. And by the grace of God, however we vote next year, and we will vote, and the country will survive. Our state, our country, and our own lives, by the grace of God, will be better.
Earlier, National Chairman of the Apostolic Church of Nigeria Maritime Territory, Dr. Lawrence Ogona, in his sermon admonished members of the church to always have a life of thanksgiving and seek the face of God in everything that they do. Our correspondent reports that Senator Abbey attended the annual adult harvest of the St. Paul's Anglican Church Yege, where he pledged to always support the church to continue to offer spiritual leadership to the society. The Nigeria Union of Journalists (NUJ) Rivers State Council says it will organize a governorship debate for 5 top governorship candidates in the state. State NUJ Secretary Ike Wigodo in a statement said the debate will give the selected governorship candidates the opportunity to sell their manifestos and answer questions bordering on security, economy, employment, education, and other issues that directly affect the Rivers people. It said the governorship debate will be broadcast live on both radio and television stations. It also said the 5 top governorship candidates will be selected by the public through an electronic voting to be conducted by the NUJ Technical Committee. The collection of permanent voters' cards (PVC) started nationwide this morning. INEC spokesperson Festus Okoye said in a statement earlier in the month that all eligible and valid registrants can collect their PVCs from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. He said the Commission is working to ensure that the process is simple and itch-free for Nigerians. The statement said the Commission will devolve PVC collection to the 8,809 registration areas and wards from 6th to 15th January 2023. It said those unable to collect their PVCs at the local government offices of the Commission can do so at the registration areas and electoral wards. The statement said after the 15th of January 2023, the exercise will revert to the local government offices of the Commission until 22nd January 2023. It also said help desk will be set up to help registrants with complaints about their PVCs or with the PVC collection procedure for immediate redress. Still ahead, 3 killed as gunmen attack INEC headquarters in Imo State. Stay tuned. We go for a quick break.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. 4 persons, including 1 policeman, have been killed in an attack that was repelled by the police on the headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) along Port Harcourt Road in Owerri, Imo State. The spokesperson for the Imo State Police Command, Mike Abatam, said gunmen numbering over 10 came around 3 a.m. with petrol bombs and dynamite. He, however, said the police killed 3 of the attackers and arrested 1. Mr. Abatam also said 3 vehicles used by the hoodlums were recovered. Some parts of the building on the INEC premises were razed. The attacks on INEC offices nationwide have become disturbing as the 2023 elections draw nearer. Late social media influencer Yemi the Plug was laid to rest at the Port Harcourt Cemetery over the weekend. His family and friends were present, but sources say there were no representatives of the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital. It was also added that the autopsy result is yet to be released and the panel set up by the hospital is yet to come up with any result from the panel. Recall that Yemi died from an asthma attack. In business, the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria, Petron Zonal Chairman for System 2E Eastern Zone, Sonny Ingbe, has expressed disappointment over the association's inability to get petroleum products from the NNPC depot. Speaking on Channel TV today, Mr. Ingbe said members have been forced to access the product through third parties.
The situation is bad here in Port Harcourt and the System 2E zone is very, very bad. I think in the past few months, we have not been able to buy product directly from NNPC. approval to pay ATP is not issued my member in this region. So that's the situation here. We're just managing.
On his part, former president of the Trade Union Congress, Peter Isele, blamed the current petrol scarcity in parts of the country on corruption.
I just came in from Port Harcourt, and then I'll give you synopsis of prices that was going on in Port Harcourt. At the Elios area in Port Harcourt, the prices were between 200 and 230 naira. Then in the NMPC retail outlet, what you have is that you have the normal price, and then you have queues of stretching up to a kilometer for that. So why do we have that? And in some part of Lagos, there are places where you can get at 170. There are also places where you get between 240 and 280 in some parts of Lagos. So what you have now is that you now have the regulation on itself. Meanwhile, government is still paying subsidy. So if government is paying subsidy, we should get value for money. So why are we not getting value for money? The reason why we're not getting value for money is corruption along the way. These guys in Petra can't get a product because they're also not connected.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
On the foreign scene, Iran said it has carried out a second execution linked to the anti-government protests engulfing the country. Majid Reza Ranavad was hanged in public early on Thursday in the city of Mashhad, the judiciary announced. A court convicted him of the charge of enmity against God after finding he had stabbed to death two members of the paramilitary Basid Resistance Force. Human rights groups have warned that protesters have been sentenced to death after sham trials with no due process. On the news this afternoon, you heard the public hearing on state advertisement use of state-owned property prohibition bill 2022 is holding today in Bevis State. Governor Wike has defended the PDP's lawsuits against other political parties. Rivers NUJ says it will organize a governorship debate for top 5 contenders. Late Port Harcourt influencer Yemi the Plug has been buried in Port Harcourt. On the foreign scene, Iran says it has carried out a second execution linked to the anti-government protests engulfing the country. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Collect your PVC and vote. Your vote is your voice. I am Kalada Kuribatabo. Good afternoon and stay tuned.